Ready? Good afternoon, Ms. Diana. Thank you for your meeting with us today. Before I start the interview, let me introduce myself first. My name is Luciana, and he is my partner, Lee Darren. We are conducting this interview as part of our leadership coursework at Sunway University. Our focus is to understand how leadership theories appears in real life situations, and your work with Yayasan Budi Ihsan Malaysia truly inspired us. Before we begin, with your permission, we would like to record this session and take down notes for our academic purposes. Is that okay?
Yeah, okay, sure.
I'll proceed to Darren.
Okay. So for our first question that we have, could you please describe your role, your team size, and key performance responsibilities at YBIM?
Yeah, of course. So I serve as a student ambassador and youth program leader with Yayasan Budi Ihsan Malaysia. So my main responsibilities include organizing and also executing outreach events for underprivileged children, so particularly of orphans in rural areas. So we focus on education, emotional development, and also basic welfare. So my team usually consists of 8 to 12 student volunteers. So although the number can grow to 20 during major events like Ramadan or school holiday drives, and in terms of performance, I am accountable for ensuring the events run smoothly, volunteers are properly trained and emotionally supported. So, and that beneficiaries, especially children's, they will feel seen, heard, and also valued. And I also handle internal reporting to the NGO's main coordinator and act as the liaisons with local schools and also caretakers.
I see. Maybe could you tell us more about a significant leadership challenge you have faced recently? Like what had happened or what made it difficult?
Okay, so one of the toughest experience I faced was during a rural book drive in Kelantan earlier this year. So the goal was to deliver educational supplies and also run a weekend mentorship camp for 40 orphans. However, just a few days before the departure, we learned that our transportation sponsorship was cancelled due to the unforeseen financial issues from our partner. So it was incredibly stressful, and I had a team relying on me, so dozens of children excitedly waiting, and no plan B at the time. So I had to quickly shift from panic to problem solving, and I called an emergency team meeting that night. So together we brainstormed alternatives from renting vans to reaching out to the NGOs for temporary support. So what made it especially hard was not just the logistics, but the emotional tolls, and volunteers started to questioning if we should cancel. But I had to steady myself emotionally, reassure them, and also lead them with calmness. And even though inside I was overwhelmed, in the end I contacted an alumnus of NGOs who stepped in and also sponsored two van. So we completed the missions, but it taught me that true leadership emerge when everything falls apart.
So let's say when you face competing priorities such as like speed versus quality or like emotional support versus the budget, how do you decide what to prioritize?
Okay, so that's a situation I face quite often. So, for example, during a recent campaign, we had to choose between printing more learning kits for more children or reducing the quantity slightly, but including personal notes and activity guides. I gathered my team and posted the question, do we want to impact more people superficially or impact fewer people deeply? So the room was divided, but in the end, we went from the depth. So we reduced the kits by 20%, but made each one personalized with custom design worksheet, motivational quotes, and also notes handwritten by the volunteers. So it was slower, more expensive per kit, but the emotional impact was very clear. So children were crying reading the notes, and one caretaker emailed me days later to say a boy taped the letters to his bunk bed. So as a leader, I've learned that you don't always have to be efficient, but sometimes being intentional matters a lot more. So that's it.
Hmm. Well, I guess for the next question, how do you motivate different team members and support their growth together?
So motivation is not one size fit all, but some of my volunteers are naturally energetic and also need space to lead. So others are shy but deeply empathetic, and they thrive in backstage roles like logistic, content design, and also preparing the care packages. I make it a point to have one-on-one conversation with each members early the campaign. I ask about their motivations, fear, and also the goals. Then I align their tasks with their personal growth. So, for instance, there's like one student named Hannah was painfully introverted, but she had a gift for drawing. I encouraged her to create artwork for our thank you cards. So she ended up designing it, the campaign main poster, and now runs her own volunteer group. I also celebrate micro wins. If someone organizes transport without errors, I highlight that in the group. If someone stays behind to help quietly, I thank them in front of others. Leadership to me means catching people doing the right thing and also affirming them. Yeah.
Well, I guess could you help me like describe a time you had to address the any like underperformances or conflict? Like, what was your approach and what was the outcome of that?
Okay, so there was a situation last semester where one of the volunteers repeatedly showed up late and also missed a major meeting. It disrupted the team flow. So initially, I was frustrated, but instead of confronting publicly, I reached out privately and also asked if she was okay. But she broke down. Her mother was undergoing chemotherapy and she was overwhelmed but didn't want to quit. That conversation changed my perspective. We reassigned her to lower pressure role, managing the email communications and also paired her with a teammate. She not only became more consistent but thanked me later for not giving up on her. So that reminded me of the importance of compassion before judgments. So leadership isn't about calling people out, it's also about calling them in. Yeah.
Maybe could you share a situation where you had to change your leadership style because the context or the team had changed?
Oh yeah, so there's a situation where in my early projects, I was very directive. I planned everything and also delegated strictly. But during our Kampong Tech project, I was paired with a team full of highly capable, self-motivated students. So if I continued with my old top-down approach, I realized I would stifle them. So I switched to a coaching style, setting the visions, but letting them handle the how. So I moved from managing to mentoring. So the result, that exceeded the expectations. They even created a mobile classroom card with donated tablets. So letting go of control doesn't mean losing the leadership, but sometimes it means trusting your team's potential more than your own plans. Mm.
Okay, so moving on to the next section of our questions. How would you communicate a compelling vision that you have and try to connect it to your daily tasks?
So I always begin each campaign with a story. So for our book back to school program, I shared the story of Izzat, a 12-year-old orphan who used to walk 4 km barefoot to school. So we later gave him a new shoes and he sent us a photo with a note. Now I walk faster to my dream. And I keep reminding the team, every glue stick you pack, every form you print, you are helping someone run towards their future. So it's easy to forget the impact when you are folding boxes or managing Excel sheets. But when you connect the dots between the small actions and the big dreams, people stay committed. And yeah.
I see. Okay, thank you so much. Now, I think I would like to move the next set of questions to my other teammate, Luciana.
Okay, so I will start with my first question. Can you give an example of how you encourage innovation or new thinking among your volunteers?
Sure. So in 2024, we had a low engagement on social media. So I asked my team what could be done differently. And one junior member suggested creating a real style video series where we document a day in the life of a volunteer. It was a risky idea. It was raw, personal, and not polished, but I said yes because that series became one of our most shared campaign. It also attracted new donors. So innovation doesn't always mean tech. Sometimes it's just giving other permissions to try. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. How do you balance mentoring your volunteers while also managing your leadership duties? Is it hard?
Well, mm, well, I block 30 minutes each week for at least two check-ins with volunteers. So not about performance, but about them. So I ask, what are you learning? And what's been hard? What excites you? So one student, Zafran, his name is Zafran, told me he always wanted to be MC but never had the chance. And I gave him a small slot to open one of our events. So he later became the main MC for a nationwide campaign. And mentoring isn't about giving lectures. It's about seeing potential before they do. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. That's very interesting of you. So, next question is, in what way do you serve other first, especially the children you support?
So in one event, a child asked if she could keep the balloons she was holding, and it was such a simple request, yet the volunteers were rushing to clean up. I told them, slow down. This is her day, not our deadline. So we let the kids play longer, even if it meant packing late. That day wasn't about logistics. It was about presence, joy, and also the memory making. So leadership in NGO is not about timeliness, but it's about serving people needs in the real time. Yeah.
How do you empower your volunteers to take initiative and make decisions?
So how I let each team propose the ideas, even if they are new. For instance, one group suggested a mobile gratitude wall that children could write on. So they designed it, budgeted it, and also presented it at every event. So they own it, and because of that, they believe in it. And empowerment starts when you stop making every decisions and start asking better questions.
So this is
Yeah.
going to be my second last question. How do you build trust and a sense of belonging in your team?
How do I build trust? We actually open and close every campaign with reflection circles. So there's no phone, just real talk. So everyone share their high and low and also gratitude. We laugh, we cry, and also grow together. These moments create psychological safety and the foundations for any strong team. So they know they are seen, heard, and also safe. And when people feel safe, they will show up with heart. Yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be my last question. So, looking back on your leadership journey, is there anything that you would do differently?
Uh, Looking back, yes, I would have asked for help sooner. For a long time, I believe I had to be strong and silent, but vulnerability is strength. When I finally started opening up to my team about fatigue, doubt, and also even fear, they supported me more than I ever expected. So if I could go back, I would say this. Leadership isn't about carrying the team, but it's about walking with them. So that is all.
Oh, that's nice. Okay, thank you so much, Ms. Ayana, for sharing your insight and experience. Your stories and leadership approach give us a deeper understand of real-world leaderships. We truly appreciate your time and openness. This conversation will help us a lot in our coursework, of course, and more importantly, it inspires us to lead with compassion and purpose. Thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.